Today I'll be going over the basic installation procedures for installing the Eljen GSF in Wisconsin. I will not be covering any sizing in this video. If you have any questions, you can always give us a call. Phone number and email address will be located at the end of the video. We have two GSF models, the A42, which is 4 feet by 2 feet, 7 inches high, and the B43, which is 4 feet by 3 feet and 7 inches high. Notice the white stripe that's on the top of both of these. That indicates which side faces up. The A42 module requires 12 inches of sand on the bottom, 6 inches of sand minimum on both sides and both ends, and a minimum of 12 inches of clean fill over the top of the module, not over the top of the pipe. The sand, if you look at this drawing, you'll notice that you have to bring the sand up the sides, even with the top of the module. Same thing for the B43, 12 inches minimum sand required in Wisconsin, 6 inches on both sides minimum, and 6 inches on the front and back minimum. Make sure you bring the sand up to the top of the module on the sides. 12 inches of cover over the top. Step 1, excavate the distribution cell. Step 2, scarify the bottom and side walls. Step 3, place the C33 sand in the excavated area. Because you're going to put 12 inches of sand in, we want you to do 2 6-inch lifts. Put 6 inches of sand down, compact it or stabilize it, as we like to say, with the back of the bucket on the machine or a vibratory or a hand tamp. Just want to get all that sand placed in there and get the air out of it, so when the effluent discharges to the sand, it doesn't redistribute. Step 4, install the modules end to end with the white stripe up. You can see them in the picture. Step number 5, lay out your distribution system on top of the modules. Make sure that you cap the ends for pressurized. You can use orifice shields, but Eljen recommends that you run your low pressure pipe inside the 4-inch perf pipe and just have caps on the ends. Also, this is where you'll be installing any vent or observation ports. You can have a combination vent observation port like the center picture shows. If you have more than 18 inches of cover, or your cover material limits the oxygen transfer down to the system, then just put a vent on it. Even if you're below 18 inches, if you think that you have poor cover material, definitely vent it. It doesn't hurt. Here's a low pressure pipe inside the vent. You could do it that way. This is going to be a vent observation port. Make sure you don't have a T at the end, so all the effluent runs straight down at the end of the system. So you have to have a sweep T, or you have to have a turn up like in this one right here. This one definitely needs a vent. You can see there's going to be more than 18 inches of cover, and they're just going to install an observation port on it also. This is a shared vent pipe. You can share vents. You can put it in the corner, you can put it at the end. There's one in the corner. Here's one where the contractor brought the low pressure pipe out right behind his vent for the 4-inch. You can do it that way also, totally up to you. Step number 6, secure the distribution pipe with a wire hoop that's supplied by Eljen. Place it over the pipe, push it down through the GSF into the sand. It'll hold everything in place. Step number 7, spread the Eljen cover fabric. Spread it out evenly over the modules. Step number 8, secure with sand or topsoil. If you just take a couple shovels full of sand, maybe 1 shovel or 2 shovelfuls for every module, dump it over the pipe. It'll go down both sides. It'll prevent tenting. Then throw some sand in the left picture up against the side of the fabric so that the fabric covers the sides of the module. Do not tuck the extra fabric underneath the module. Leave it out like it's shown in the picture. Step number 9, bring the sand up the sides. In the beginning, we talked about bringing the sand up even with the top of the modules. Step number 10, cover and seed. Here's a cutaway that we had made, a model. You can see the sand on the bottom, and there's only 6 inches. You have your pipe on top with your wire hoop holding it in place. The fabric is not tented. It goes down the sides of the module. We have 6 inches of sand on both sides, and in the back you can see the 12 inches of clean fill cover material over the top of the module. Installation do's and don'ts. Don't install under a driveway, and don't drive over the system after it's been installed. Not with a wheeled vehicle. A small tracked vehicle will be okay to get in and out of there. Prep the surface. This is chisel plowing. If you're doing a trench or a bed, make sure you scarify. This is for a mound system. When you're placing the sand, make sure you're driving over the sand and not over the scarified area. So work your way in, always driving over the top of the sand, not over the scarification. Make sure you install the modules with the white stripe up. The picture on the left is what the white stripe actually looks like, and the picture on the right is the bottom of the module. You'll notice that the bottom has more plastic than fabric showing. So it's just one other way to tell if you're walking down the row and one module looks different. Jump in there and take a closer look. It's probably upside down. Make sure there's no tenting of the gray fabric. Make sure the fabric goes down the sides of the module. You want all sides of the module to be covered by the fabric. You don't want any sand touching the module except at the bottom. Make sure you bring the sand up even with the top of the module on the sides. Make sure you cap the ends of your distribution network. Otherwise, you're only going to get effluent flowing out the front and the back on 2 modules for each row. Make sure you don't install in the seasonal high water table. Remove any large rocks that are in the excavation area. Divert drainage and runoff. If you have any sizing questions or installation questions, you can contact Eljen at info@eljen.com or call us at 800-444-1359, or you can contact First Supply with any other questions. Thank you.